Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Last video we focused on a runner specific mat work routine, but I've just finished a little brick myself and I thought what better routine to put forward than one for my triathletes. This one could be for triathletes or cyclists. We're going to be doing a lot of work in prone and 4-point kneeling, working into our tricep strength, our postural control, some abdominal work and a little bit of glute work. So let's get into it. We're going to start on all fours, positioning the wrists directly underneath the shoulders. I want the neck nice and long here, pressing through the fingertips, finding our neutral lumbo-pelvic position. So if you need to do a few little pelvic tilt and tucks, just find that middle ground. Belly button is lightly drawing towards your spine. Keeping that neck position, those elbow creases facing each other. I'm going to get you to drop your breastbone towards the mat by drawing your shoulder blades inwards. Then press your shoulder blades apart, creating space between the border of your shoulder blade and your spine. Gently let the breastbone drop towards the floor with control. Lower back is still staying in neutral and pressing away. Now my big cue here is to watch my neck. It wants to drop as soon as I come down, so we're trying to keep neck nice and long, eyes towards the floor just above the fingertips. Maintain that pressure through the top of your foot and the mat. 2 and 1. Now find that middle ground somewhere in between those 2 points. We're going to curl the toes under, take a breath in to prepare, breath out, hover the knees. Inhale, hold. And exhale, lower. Inhale, hold. Exhale, lower. Now this is a really nice full body exercise as we come into our 4-point hover. You're activating through your shoulders to maintain that neutral shoulder blade position. Your rib cage is hugging in on each other to make sure that we can keep that abdominal control. And the legs are staying quite active here. 2. Last one, hold. Shift the weight back towards the heels and then come back to neutral. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, buttocks to heels. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, buttock to heel. Beautiful. Keep oscillating there, really loading up through the thigh. 5. 4, maintain the breath. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Lower the knees. We're going to stay in this position, keeping those shoulder blades in their neutral resting posture. If you've dropped down, reconnect. We're going to bend the elbows and send the nose forward over the fingertips. Breath out. Breath in, tricep, elbows scrape by the rib cage. Breath out to lift. We're keeping the knees directly under the hips. The belly button is drawing to the spine here. This is a really nice one for the cyclists and triathletes as you stay in that bent arm position, whether you're on the drop bars or you're on the TT handlebars. Working to tricep control, abdominal control, and shoulder endurance. Nice. 3 more. 2, and 1. Beautiful. If you need to come off those wrists, just give them a little circle, roll those shoulders over, forward, up, and back. We're going to come onto all fours, elbows directly underneath the shoulders. So we're now on our forearms as opposed to our wrists. I'm going to get you to send one leg long and then let the other one join you. Coming into that plank position, making sure the hips are dropped. We're going to rock forward and then rock back in the heels. Getting that nice length through the calf. Keep the neck long. Use the breath.
Squeeze through those legs. Thighs are strong. Tummy is strong. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Bend the knees. You're going to stay in this position. Bring the knees directly underneath the hip bones. We're going to lengthen through our right leg. Lift the heel so it's in line with the buttocks. Flex the foot, bend the knee. Lengthen that leg. Now as you lengthen, really try and increase as much distance, as much distance from the heel to the sit bone. You're engaging through that glute. Breath in, bend. Breath out, lengthen. You're keeping that foot flexed the whole time, and keep those hips level. If you can avoid that right hip bone or headlight shining up towards the roof, that would be great. Keep it level with your left pointing towards the mat. That's it. It is so hot here today. I'm sweating. Keep that foot flexed. Beautiful. We're starting to feel that working now through the glute and through the hamstring. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it long. Tap the toes to the floor and lift heel to sit bone. So when I say heel to sit bone, just in line. So I really don't want you arching out through your lower back here. We're maintaining that neutral lumbo-pelvic position. We're just lengthening through that leg with a lift and lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Bend. Lengthen through the left leg. Flex the foot. Make sure those shoulder blades are still staying in neutral. Elevate that left heel so it's in line with the sit bone. Bend the knee. Try and remain lifted through that right side. I know there's some fatigue there now, but I don't want that hip going towards the outside of the mat. You're really trying to create a nice amount of distance between your right knee and your hip. Use that breath out to guide that left leg long, lengthening from heel to sit bone. Keeping hips level. We're building some shoulder endurance here as well. It's a nice double whammy. This is great for that pedal stroke, for our cyclists. Maintaining length. Working that knee completely into extension. Beautiful. Keep lifting away from the floor. Keep that neck long. Nice. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay long. Tap the toes to the floor. Breath out to lift. Keep lots of length through that leg. The toes remain flexed. Keep breathing. Belly button draws to spine, no saggy backs. Almost there. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Bend the knee. We're coming over onto our backs now. So you're back into a little bit of abdominal control. Roll on down. Open up through the chest. Take a few seconds to just breathe deeply into the belly here. Reset, relax any tension in your face. We're going to lift the legs up into a double tabletop. I want you to maintain that little gap, that blueberry space between your lower back and the mat. We're going to flex the feet again, mimicking when our feet are in the pedals. Take a breath in here, breath out, lower one leg. Now we're going to switch. This requires a lot of core control, as we won't have one foot completely in contact with the ground. We're working through our hip flexors here to maintain that control as we lower our heel towards the floor. Relax through the chest, make sure that we keep that open. Really nice. We're getting that heart rate up here. Stay with me, keep that belly flattening. Use the breath. Beautiful. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay in tabletop. Lengthen left leg, heel to the ground. Scoop in to come back to tabletop. Alternate sides. Long legs, scoop and peel back to tabletop. Lengthen leg, lower. Peel, tabletop. Lengthen, heel to floor. Peel, tabletop. Beautiful. Use that breath out as we guard that leg away. Breath in to recoil. I'm definitely shaking. It's been a big morning. Stay with me, those hip flexors will be getting fatigued. It's really nice so to help with that knee through component of our pedal stroke on the back. Abdominal control is imperative. Excellent. 2. Last set on each side. Lower. Last one. Beautiful. Bend those knees. Windscreen wiper those hips. Side to side. Get some length through the hip flexors. We're going to come into some bridging to finish off. Get some length through that antagonist muscle group as we work our glutes. Walk those feet in so the heels are in line with the sit bones. You're going to lift up onto the tiptoes here, keeping the ankles in line with the outside of your pinky toe and your big toe, so no sickling out through the feet, please. Peel your hips up high and then re-stick, just kissing the bottom with the mat and then back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, peel. Inhale, lower. Exhale, peel. Now it will be harder to balance as we're weight bearing through our forefoot, so try and keep your hip bones level, those headlights that I'm always talking about. Try and keep them level. Keep the chest open. Peel and lift. Beautiful. 2. And lower. Last one. We're going to stay up here now. Shift the weight into the left leg, lengthen right leg long. Tap the foot down, lengthen. Tap, lengthen. Keep those hip bones level. Really nice. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place the forefoot down the right side. You're staying up with me. We can do this. Lengthen left leg long. Bend the knee. Well, I almost made that into a little bit of a harder exercise. Just flexing the knee and extend. This is really working through the soleus of that supporting leg. I am shaking. Let's do this. Keep the hips level. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Peel down. Hug those knees into the chest. Gentle roll. Left to right. Well done, guys. Thank you for joining me on this sweaty morning routine. This would be a great routine to stack into
the end of a session for you, or a few times a week, just to keep yourselves nice and conditioned and injury free. I'll see you soon.